Hey, high schoolers. I'm trying something a little different just to streamline the process for this week. So, both virtual and in-person students are going to have the exact same playlist. So, make sure that you are looking at what pertains to you. So, this is also for students if you're not able to be in person, complete the virtual assignment because that's the component you're missing if you're not in class. So, it's the week of November 9th through the 13th. Let's take a look. So, bear with me. Virtual students, make sure you're watching our Week in a Nutshell video and you're going to complete your Monday assignment. As I said, if you for some reason can't come in person, complete the same assignment. And then you can contact me about how to submit it if you're not a virtual student. So virtual students, what you're going to do is you are going to read pages 101 through 106 in your study skills book. We are moving on to the idea of passive versus active learning, and you're going to learn more about that. So you're going to really evaluate yourself as a learner and kind of see the difference between active and passive learning. How do you become an active learner? So read those pages, highlight any important information, and then you're going to complete pages 107 and 108 as well in your and I'll add that there so we know 108 in your study skills book. And virtual students, please upload those pictures so you're thinking about what an active learner would do. What makes that person an active learner? This week you have a little bit of extra work to do. So we're learning about a new strategy called the SQ3R strategy. And that will be your next assignment for Monday. And for our in-class learners, this is what we'll be talking about in class. So read pages 113 and 114, and then you're going to complete pages 117 and upload that to Google Classroom. So basically what the SQ3R method is it something that helps you evaluate a non-fiction, usually a textbook. You're going to survey, question, read, recite, and reflect. Usually it's easier for students to read things like novels and fiction text than it is nonfiction, but this gives you a way to decipher what you're going to be learning about. So you're reading pages 113 and 114, and then you're completing pages 117 and uploading that into Google Classroom. So page 117, what you're doing is you're unscrambling the words for the different steps in our SQ3R method, and then you are telling me how you're going to use those steps when you're going to decipher a chapter in one of your own textbooks. So for instance, if the first word in the left box is survey, when you unscramble it, so you would write that you're going to survey your chapter before you really start to read. Okay, and you're going to tell me some things you're going to do in surveying your chapter. For instance, you might put that you're going to write down the title, you're going to preview headings and subheadings, and things like that. As I said, for our in-person learners, if for some reason you can't be in class this week, complete those assignments I just kind of combed through for our virtual learners. If you're going to be in class with us, come to class prepared, and after class, remember to review this Week in the Nutshell video so you can kind of remind yourselves of some of the things that we're doing for the week. All right, on to Tuesday and Wednesday. So I gave a quick little rundown of what this SQ3R strategy is, but I also have a video here I want both our virtual and in-class learners to watch. It talks a little bit more about this strategy. So what you're going to do is you're going to review it in both your book and on this video, and then you're going to apply this strategy to a chapter from one of your textbooks. It can be any textbook. Science and social studies usually works best. So what you're going to do is the directions say in high school, college, and career, your academic success will depend on your ability to read, comprehend, and recall a great deal of nonfiction text. Active reading strategies help you understand more of what you read and retain it longer in your memory. Whenever you're assigned reading from your textbook, follow these strategies: survey, question, read, recite, and reflect. So what you're going to do is you are going to survey your chapter. Tell me what the title is, a heading, a subheading, look over the charts and diagrams, etc., and then kind of give some main ideas from the chapter. Then you're going to question what you have skimmed over, review chapter questions, and identify the ideas you're looking for, and then answer some questions. So you're going to read, recite, and then reflect on how this information fits in with your schema. So you're going to do this for just one chapter in one of your textbooks at home that you're learning at home, or for another class here at MPHSAP. But remember, it's a nonfiction text that you're using. So you're completing pages 115 and 116, and then you're going to upload that to Google Classroom. All right, so as I said, this is an assignment you can spread over Tuesday and Wednesday. The details are on the previous slide. I would suggest kind of reviewing the strategy, watching the video, maybe getting a start, and then finishing on Wednesday. There's just going to be one assignment post to post that on to our Google Classroom page. All right, for Thursday's learning, we're still working on that SQ3R method. So there's a slideshow right here. It's also attached. Each person has their own copy. So you're going to pick another chapter from a different textbook, and you're going to complete the SQ3R method using the guide I attached. So there's actually the third page of the slideshow, which it talks a little bit more about on here, will be where you type in your review of your chapter. So you're going to do the same steps you did before. You're going to pick a different chapter, possibly in a different textbook, and you're going to survey, question, read, recite, and reflect, and tell me a little bit about each of those components for that strategy. So as I said, this is on the third page of the slideshow I have attached to each of your assignments. You're just going to fill that in. You'll read the first two pages of the slideshow, and then the third page is where you complete your work. This should automatically be put on Classroom, so you can just turn it in when you're done. I do want you to type into this document, though, so that I can find your information. All right, so just like always, assignments are due Sunday by 11:59 p.m. Try to ask questions earlier in the week. I'm still getting a lot of questions on the weekend, just so to make sure it gives you enough time to get it in. Another thing you could be looking is kind of go through and make sure that you have all your assignments turned in up to this point. So I'm only going to be here a week or two more, and I want to make sure that everything that we've done while I'm here is graded and updated in the grade book. If you resubmitted something and I haven't graded it, please let me know. Sometimes those get lost in the shuffle with my 40 plus students between my different sections. I don't always see your resubmissions, so let me know if you have any questions. Have a great week, and I hope everybody enjoys the beautiful weather this weekend. See everybody Monday.